Hi, I'm Adam Berardi, and you're watching First Look. We're going behind the scenes with Overnight Pictures' new feature film, Pocketman and Cargoboy. Let's take a look.
Action! Let's break up into groups.
Spies, comedy, kids, and action, action, action. Put them all together, and what do you got? The first installment of writer and director Clay Moffatt's trilogy, Pocketman and Cargoboy. We're taking you for a first-hand look behind the scenes into the making of this epic undertaking. With a huge cast of characters, multiple locations, fight scenes galore, and only 4 days of principal photography, this production is one for the ages. To pull it off, it takes planning, patience, and practice, practice, practice. But even with the best laid plans, obstacles will arise. We sat down and asked the director and cast what it means to them, and how they managed all of this while working at peak performance.
You shut your mouth before I staple it shut. This is a classroom and you will learn to sit. Oh, what's that? I need to glue your ass to the seat? Cause I will. Alright? I'm not afraid to get your mother involved. I have the authority to keep you here till after 4, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Hey, Raina, whoa.
Calm down a bit.
Hey there. Simmer down, Mr. Barv.
Action! Action!
And at the center of all this organized chaos,
sound for this? Action!
writer and director Clay Moffatt uses his skills and wit
Hey, this is On the Ball with Clay Moffatt.
to pull off the impossible.
Hi, I'm Clay Moffatt, the writer, director, and editor of Pocketman and Cargoboy. I'm also the visual effects artist, sound designer, and co-creator of the entire franchise along with my good buddy, Mackenzie Clark. To prepare for directing this film, I think the biggest obstacle that I had to overcome was simply allowing everybody to do their own thing. Everyone on set was a professional, and I needed to give them space so that I could do my part.
Come here. We're here with the director Clay Moffatt on set. Hi, Clay.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about the.
Well, that's on my drink and I can't find it, and that's pretty much what I do. That's my job.
You have a drink wrangler.
This is Jim.
Becky!
This is your first time working with Clay Moffatt?
That's correct.
Well, how do you feel about the entire process so far?
Moffatt, that's correct. Well, how do you feel about the entire process so far?
We're shooting now? We're sitting here with Tommy Perez, the director of photography for Pocketman and Cargoboy. Hi, Tommy.
How's it going?
Thanks for stopping by.
Pleasure. You know, this,
What can you tell me that's different between this film and ones you've done in the past?
I really like working with Clay. He's very organized, very straightforward. We get things done. I worked with a lot of crews that have been kind of, a little messy for independent films, but this has been a really organized crew. He's always on top of his game, and I really enjoy working with him.
And I see we have a bunch of new equipment. How do you feel about all that?
I'm loving it. We're shooting with the C100 Mark II this time, and it's the first time for me shooting with it, and I'm enjoying it. It's really crystal clear quality. I think you guys are going to enjoy this film.
Tell me something about the talent you've been working with. Anything that stands out to you at all?
I'm really enjoying the kids right now. They're really bringing their A game. Very, very professional.
Sorry I'm late.
Expected the kids.
That's the other
Very good job.
I heard you be joining us.
Really outstanding. I think they're leading this whole thing.
And you got great stars like Ben Edwards.
Sure.
Is starring in this film as well, huh?
Yep.
He's great. How's
I've
he?
enjoyed him. Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I think he's leading the way, and the kids are just kind of playing off of him. And so I think he's doing a great job. Everything seems to be working, and it just the chemistry feels right.
Now, is this your first time doing an action movie?
This is actually my second action movie film, but with fight scenes like this and choreograph, it's my first time doing scenes like this. So it's a little different than what I'm comfortable with.
So we're dealing with a lot more choreographed fight scenes,
Yes.
more intense, like karate or...
Yeah, martial arts, jiu-jitsu, some throws, rolls. So it's a little different game plan than what I'm used to, and I'm really enjoying it.
So martial arts heavy.
I'm going to enjoy it.
We're sitting here with Tristan Koklanis from Koklanis Martial Arts. Hi, Tristan. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Now, Tristan, tell us a little bit more about your role in this film.
Well, basically, I'm teaching all the fights and everything that's going on with that. I'm really into Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, so I wanted to try to take this film and make it as animated and as cool as I possibly could, while being able to teach them in a short period of time, which was a really fun experience.
So you're the fight choreographer for this movie?
Yes, I am.
Outstanding. And what kind of experience do you have in fight training?
I've been doing martial arts since I was 3 years old. I've done Taekwondo my entire life. I've done a lot of Wing Chun. I have my 3rd degree black belt in martial arts like Taekwondo. I've been boxing for about 8 years.
Wow, master of many talents. So you're an instructor then?
Yes.
Is instructing children different than instructing adults?
Actually it's easier because I always believe that adults, once they know something, it's hard to teach them new things. Where kids, they're like an empty cup. So you're able to fill them up with any knowledge that they haven't already been brainwashed with. Kids are an empty cup. They're open to new information and they haven't already been kind of brainwashed by all the things that they learned throughout their life. So I kind of see it as an easier kind of
Ghosts. Door! Okay.
The way that I see it is kids are basically like an empty cup. Where adults, they already have had so much knowledge their whole life and they've been taught so many things that you kind of have to empty their cup before they can even learn anything in the first place. Where with kids, they're open to anything that you have to teach them and they don't have prior experience before.
Wow. Now, the kids that you're working with in this film, did they have any prior fight experience?
No, none of them did.
Did any one of the children that you're working with stand out to you as someone who really learned really quickly, or?
Well, the actor who plays Trevor, Daniel Main, he was phenomenal. He learned his stuff, he practiced it at home for hours and hours. He would message me and tell me like different things that he was doing to make it better, and he honestly just shined out more than I've ever seen anybody.
Oh, wow.
He worked on his roles and all the throwing that we had to do, and it feels natural, like I'm doing it with someone who's been training their entire life.
So just non-stop training all the time for this kid, probably.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Does it show?
For sure.
Okay.
You're gonna see it with these fights. He's really got it polished.
So, do you have any more plans in the future?
Honestly, just making each fight scene better each time. I want to basically make each movie top the one that was prior to it. And the nice thing about that is I'm going to be working with pretty much the same actors through it. So as they get better at martial arts and reacting to certain things, it'll also be easier for me to make them have more intense, more complex fight scenes.
Now, do you ever think that the student is going to become the teacher in this case?
I think they will.
Tristan, you're doing a great job. Thanks so much for sitting down and talking to me today. Tristan Koklanis, everybody. Fight choreographer, Pocketman and Cargoboy. I think I've heard rumors you like to drink at least 40 Monsters while you're on set. Is that correct?
No, it's more than that.
He likes all of his appendages to be very skinny at all times.
I want to go on this.
So working on a production like this, knowing that preparation is a necessity, how did the actors prepare for their roles?
I asked the cast to talk about how they prepared for their role and why I didn't necessarily have a role besides that creepy grill guy.
That's my meat, come on, man!
We're sitting here on location with Benjamin Edwards.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Behie, and I play Cargoboy.
Here with my friend William Kenny.
Hello there.
Damien.
Hi, I'm Damien Michael Pearsall. I play the part of Pyro Ed.
Personally prepared for Trevor as thinking what I would do if I were someone who were living on the streets pretty much their whole life.
Really taking on the character, and Jim Carrey I really look up to because he's a really good method actor. And so when I take on any sort of role, I want to be that person that's always just whatever their character is, no matter what.
Shooting flame out.
Nice.
I think I bring a certain charm to the character.
Something different for you?
Yeah, it feels alright.
Little wild card action here, this guy.
My makeup artist friend, Becky Jo Harris, hey, she was on set, and we would just like joke and like do little sketches while she's putting my makeup on and like improv scenes, and then I'd go film, and then we like go back to that when she wasn't busy. So it was a fun set to be on. It's fun when you like know people.
Does it look like I'm riding a broom?
No, I don't think that's appropriate at all to do that.
Well, I go over my script over and over and over, and as I get more comfortable with the lines, I just try to realize what Jaden is going through.
So I invited him over to my duplex, and I did recreate the scene where the principal twirls around Matilda around the yard. And then I just let my nephew go, and he's still gone today, but it was fun. We had fun.
What is he dealing with other than what's being told on the script, right? Internally, externally, like really what's going on with the relationship with the teachers, the students, and just the agency in general.
You know, and then my niece, she's like 1. I made her eat chocolate cake till she was blue.
What? What do you mean, what?
I mean, what?
What?
What he means is what?
I know what he means is what. I'm asking what is he asking what about?
Wow, I had such a great time on set. There were so many fun places to shoot. So I asked the actors, what was their favorite scene to shoot? Where are the caps?
Probably the end fight in the warehouse with Dr. Phantom. It was a long night, got bumps and bruises falling on that concrete floor, but I'd say that was my favorite one. Long fight, very quick movements, but I really enjoyed it. It's the one that I watch the most out of the whole movie.
Any part where I'm in it.
The fight scene between me and Lindsay, me showing her how to fight, because we were able to, I got to learn some fighting choreography, and actually performing it, I got a little bit of an adrenaline rush, which was a lot of fun.
No, I don't mean it like that.
My favorite part to shoot was, it was cold, but I really liked the grocery scene where I'm just bringing in groceries with Aiyana Irwin's character, because there's coffee.
When the neighbor came over while Pocketman and Cargoboy were outside doing target practice.
I think it was just one fact that when I was doing the film, the director, Clay Moffatt, was able to give every character or every actor the ability to kind of play with their character. And so I really enjoyed, regardless of the scenes that I was in, just the ability to kind of embody the character and then kind of just take it from scene to scene to scene.
Diane, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, well, that's because we haven't. You know, during business hours, you should call me Mr. Barr, but any other time, I'm Brandon.
Ah. Ooh, and you squeeze hard. I like that.
Nice to meet you.
Wow, what a ride. We've covered action, gadgets, heroes, but what about the villains?
Pyroed, played by Damien Parasol.
Pyroed is hilarious.
Well, they still haunt my dreams.
Like, nobody's ever done this type of villain.
I think he's kind of the Joker with Batman in those films.
Jaden.
So I'd worked with Damien in a previous film, and one of the scenes at the end of that film I thought would be made funnier was if we brought Damien back at the end of the scene, because he played a kind of like an antagonist character in that film. And so I floated that idea to Clay that, hey, during the wedding scene of Pocketman and Cargoboy, because there's a wedding scene that you see later on with the main character, sorry to give the romance arc away, but I said, how funny would it be if we could get Pyro Ed to be one of the wedding guests, like incognito? And Damien loved the idea, like, you know.
Always around, like at the wedding, he just is there.
And so you see in that wedding scene, that was kind of like the idea I floated, to bring Pyro Ed kind of incognito into the wedding scene, where you see him like kind of looking over a menu and kind of like just there with his little wide-brimmed hat.
Just kind of always there. So he's the rival to Jay, just kind of always there to mess things up. So I think he's a lot of fun.
One day, sooner than later.
I think the villains are really, they're new.
But one of my favorite villains from the movie is Dr. Phantom, played by Callion Maston.
Dr. Phantom, I just think was really evil.
And also because he's my best friend. He's one of my good friends.
Obviously, there's been villains that have created a disease that wipes out the nation or this and that. But I don't think anybody has ever done a ex-secret agent.
He really got why Dr. Phantom was doing what he was doing. I think he was very well played.
Did you really think that the two of you could stop me?
I like the fact that he's like a chef. I want to see what happens with his character in the next movie, because like he's a chef that lives in the shadows.
That's my meat. Come on, man.
And I can't wait to see what they'll do with Longbottom in the next movie.
Well, it looks like everybody had a really great time, but a production can't always be sunshine and roses. So we asked the cast, what was the most difficult scenes for you to shoot?
The warehouse scene.
The scene with Lindsay and Pocketman fighting Dr. Phantom.
It was very challenging, super quick movements, hard to get the timing right. Tristan was an amazing teacher, and I would not have been able to do this without him, so.
I wanted to be there to help them out.
That was the most challenging part for me.
I think it was really hard for me to actually film that because I wasn't there helping them out.
It was a scene where I teach the boys grammar, because I'm not good at grammar.
Body language is nonverbal, and everyone uses it to communicate. The correct fix would be body language is nonverbal, comma, and everyone uses it to communicate. Questions?
From a technical standpoint, it would have been the scene where the kids meet me again in the past, spoiler. And my character's all disheveled, and we filmed this particular scene very close to, I believe it was the Mesa airport. So that particular sequence where the kids meet, you know, Mr. Barr when he's stumbling around the area, that was shot in a location that was continually subject to a lot of airplanes coming over. And so it took hours. So from a technical standpoint, it was that scene.
I kind of improvised some of the lines towards the end. Like I learned the lines but ended up like improvising some of them, so.
Sit down.
Where? There's no chairs.
I fooled you. I removed all the chairs because I think it's easier to teach a class that won't fall asleep. You will stand in my class.
You know, I had to shoot it 3 times. It's too much. 3 times is too many shoots. It was a fun scene, but it's just like getting the wording, I guess. I'm actually good at grammar, so shut up. But yeah, it's just like having, you know, putting out these ideas and they're like, no, April, your ideas, no, just stick to the script. I'm like, okay, all right.
We've had a wonderful time here with Overnight Pictures. I wanted to ask the cast, what are their hopes and dreams for their character development in the future?
I hope my character gets more fight scenes. I definitely want more fight scenes. I think me being the person that I actually am, not my character, is I'm I like to move around a lot, so if I could have more fight scenes, I think that would be pretty cool.
That is such an obvious thing. I would like to see, I would like to see Rochelle be an agent. An agent of grammar.
I hope that Agent Jaden Hill gets what he's looking for. He got the approval to start this project, and I hope he's fulfilled. I hope he's fulfilled at the end of it, that the plan he had going into starting this program comes to fruition. I hope that works out for him. I hope that he's happy with his relationship that he created, now that he's married. But I hope he's able to really connect with the students and get them to where they need to be to handle the types of missions that they're going to be expected to handle. So I hope he's able to build on that confidence with the students. I hope he's able to help them grow and build their confidence with them themselves. I think that's a journey that he's really deserves and he's looking forward to, and I hope I could have a part of him fulfilling that.
I hope that Trevor is well respected by the agency and he is known as one of the best fighters out there, and that the agency will never separate Pocketman and Cargoboy. They'll never be like, Pocketman, you go over there, Cargoboy, you go over there. They know that any mission that they have to go together. And I hope that maybe in one of the fights we can have Cargoboy and Pocketman go together against a FNAF fight. That'll be a lot of fun. And last but not least, my most thing that I hope for my character is that Trevor never, ever, ever has to wear the hat. Ever. Just please, Clay, please don't make me wear the hat. Ever, please.
Well, that's all for us here at First Look. We'd like to thank you for joining us. Keep watching for Overnight Pictures' new installment of Pocketman and Cargoboy, The Rise of Sir Longbottom. And until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and keep reaching for the stars. Is that my drink? You done? Jesus. About time. You guys are slow. Is this banana liqueur? This is banana.
One, two, three.